But Grandma. Grandma.
Welcome to the Carlsbad.
We honor them tonight with our applause, those magnificent matriarchs of Carlsbad, on episode 116, Grandmas.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Caveman, clap, clap.
Emerging through a vacuum pipe from the sharp end. No one will be permitted closer at the time.
Caveman,
For like all
caveman,
projects, the scientific goals and results of
caveman.
are to be available to everyone.
Yeah, kind of got in there. All right, let's get down to it. Let me introduce this man. He has respect for no laws, and yet he always honors the grandmas. Ladies and gentlemen, put those two hands you have in front of you, or whatever hands you got. It is time for Pepito!
See them signs on the highway billboards years ago. I walk a mile for a camel. He's that cigarette commercial. The guy got a thing. I walk a mile for a camel. Let me tell you. The big man is going. All right, that's out.
Yeah. She's the
Cave
one.
underscore TV underscore hour went like hold up.
Wow. Big energy. Yeah. Cave TV HR went like hold up. Getting some buzz. Okay. Beautiful. Pepito, let's start this off with the power that we disseminate every Saturday night. Let's start it off. Let's go. Pepito, how are you?
So good.
Beautiful. You know, yeah. One of these weeks I'm going to ask you, and you're going to say you're doing real bad and you're in this world, and I'm going to be shook.
So bad in this world.
It's going to be crippling for me. But hey, that day hasn't come. We're still on a solid streak. I'm not putting anything on them, Cave TV HR. But Pito, I think the HR staff here at Cave TV, I think they have it out for me.
That darn staff.
Well, just that one. There's tons of the staff I love. I love the courtroom sketch artist. I love studio manager Doreen. I love intern Stacy. I love all my homies.
Talk to me, baby.
Yes, sir. How's your week, Pepito? Is there anything you need to catch your friends here in the cave community? Is there anything that you need to update them on or inquire of them?
Sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
Not much, really. I gotta say goodbye to my mom. She's going back to Puerto Penasco.
Oh my gosh. And Zorito, the goodest boy of all.
Yeah. The bestest.
Truly, it is. It is hot here in the studio. We got to talk to Doreen about lowering some of that. But let's do a quick check-in on our assistant director.
I got 2 subscribers. Oh, big time studio here.
Hey, Cobra. God, he ain't even gonna.
Oh.
Oh,
Meet
he
Cobra.
was.
He does the job nobody.
What the hell? Oh, I want the Cobra cam.
For a second, I thought.
Oh, there it is. Ooh, big yawn. Beautiful. That's you
Wow.
thought what?
For a second, there was a middle panel between us.
Yeah. I hit the
And I
three.
thought you had given someone the
button.
link.
What?
I thought you had given out the link and someone jumped in.
I wish, man.
Me too.
I could do that now that the way that we do the show now, we do have a permanent link.
Oh,
What's up?
Dark Farts in the chat.
Yeah.
She's as a grandma's girl, I'm already loving this episode. And Dark Fart said his special chair,
It is.
the Cobra chair.
It's that darn cat.
Cave TV HR, that makes so much sense. I thought I was having hot flashes or something, and that's why it was all of a sudden much hotter than I remembered it being here in the studio. But I haven't been in the studio much over the last week, and but here I am back, and Cobra is here with me, and I'm in the mood to talk about grandmas. What about you?
Sure, grandmas, let's talk.
Yes, Bigfoots, Sasquatch. How does that? How does
Cryptids.
that? Yes, cryptids. Gosh, Big Steve, one of our best finds we've ever had here on Caveman News. Oh, I forgot.
Hello, church fam.
Yep, hello, church fam. 100%. Is there anything? Oh, there was one thing that I've written down that I thought we should mention. Pepito.
TVHR in the chat.
Yeah.
Said, we turned the AC down while the studio was unoccupied
Yup.
because you blow the show budget on masks.
It's true. I do that. I need to buy a new mask. It's been a while since I've bought a mask. But I was going to fill you
Blow
in.
the show budget on grandmas this week.
Yep, 100%.
Said Dark Farts.
Yep, 100%. But, gosh, I forgot. Oh, yeah, I was going to let you know. While I was researching for this episode, I found 2 new great aliases. And I did mention in the Caveman News Discord that possibly it might be time to do another aliases episode. Because
Yeah.
I saw this. This was from 1909, the newspaper. And it was in the little area where they just, like, list a bunch of news things. You know, it's not like huge article. It's just like one sentence about this, one sentence about this, blah, blah, blah. Catching people up on the latest. And this article from 1909 said, 2 popular cowmen were spotted coming through town. Bully Puss and Whiskers, the 2 popular cowmen. And I think that's cool as hell. Bully Puss is a sick name for a cowman. And I like that they call them popular cowmen. Golly. I don't know. Maybe I'm just feeling less than. I feel like an unpopular cowman. I'm the cowman that people always sleep on. They always forget this cowman. But, I mean, check out
Who's
the
who
pearl
of
snaps.
cowmen?
Huh?
The who's who of cowmen.
Absolutely. Cave TVHR is a popular cowman. This is true. But I just wanted to have a quick aside to publicly give a shout out to Whiskers and Bully Puss. Bully Puss,
Bully Puss.
if you're still out there, I hope that you are, and I hope things go your way. What do you think, Pepito? Is there anything that you need to say before our producer tells us that we have to begin?
Bully Puss. You had me at bully.
And you
KTV
had me at
HR
Puss.
also says he is serving cow man realness. You and your pearl snaps. 'Cause
Absolutely.
Darkfire said, "Yeah, you got them pearl snaps on."
Absolutely, I do. But that reminds me, there is one thing I need to address before everything begins here tonight. Last week, we had brutal audio desyncing issues. You recall, Pepito?
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. So I've been on it, and I do have a tentative schedule to take the Cave TV studio computer in and get it fitted with double the RAM. So that should tentatively take place Tuesday or Wednesday. And if it does,
Damn.
then our computer that runs this show is going to be twice as powerful, and I'm hoping that cures some of our audio syncing issues on my end. And wouldn't that be beautiful if we could just have...
Todd is a ram man.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna be, but
Ram-a-lam.
absolutely. But enough about the technical stuff. Yeah, the budget. I know. But I'll have you know, I have been away from my house and the studio for a week now, working with animals, and when I do get paid in a few days, it's gonna be a nice little chunk of change. So whatever. Let's stop talking budgets. I want to talk grandmas. I know you do too.
Start the. If I was in the chat, I would be saying, "Start the show." Start the show.
Take them off, fools.
Soy chorizo.
I need to have Doreen hook me up with something like over here or somewhere so that I can hang my boots when I take them off every week, and they can be, instead of just kicking them under this table. She's on strike. Doreen's on strike? Oh my gosh. We gotta... What?
I thought she meant Soy Teresa. My bad.
Nah. We're talking about Doreen, full Doreen. But now...
Doreen.
A power line to throw them over? I don't know what Cave TV HR didn't say. I don't know. But I'm here to talk about...
Your shoes.
Huh?
He's talking about your boots off.
Oh, a power line to throw them over. Got it. I follow. Wonderful. But, Pepito, it's grandma's.
She did meet Soy Teresa.
Huh?
Dang, Soy Teresa's always on strike. What is she, an umpire?
I guess that's good. I'm trying. They do say strike a lot. The umpires. In my recollection, I haven't been around an umpire in... it's been many years, but as I recall, they were very fond of saying strike. But they also would yell ball quite often, so... but the joke works. It's beautiful, Pepito. But it has nothing to do with grandmas, which is the topic of the night. So... do you have any thoughts about grandmas in general, about your grandma, about anybody else's grandma. You got any grandma content to kick this show off and send it careening into the beautiful future we have planned for it?
Unfortunately, no. I don't really know my grandmas. My mother's mother died when she was very, very young.
Oof.
She
Ouch.
was like an orphan when she was real little.
Yeah, that's tough.
And my
man.
dad's mom, she never left her little town, and we didn't live anywhere near it,
Yeah.
nor did we visit it.
Right. But
So
okay.
I never saw her much.
Okay. So you don't have personal grandma stories. I have too many. I have a million grandma stories. I could go on and on. I remember Dark Farts early in the show said,
Grandma girl.
that's what I was about to say, that she called herself a grandma girl, and I can
Oh,
huh?
it's cute.
Yeah. I can relate. I am kind of a grandma guy, so I do feel that. But if you don't have anything, I don't want to get, dive into just talking about my grandma all and he admitted. Yeah, I do. I do admit it. I'm a grandma guy. What else am I going to be? I ain't going to be a mama's boy. I ain't going to be a daddy's boy.
Grandma guy.
That ain't happening for me. But
Grandma guy.
let's talk about some other grandmas. Let's talk about grandmas here in Carlsbad. Pepito, what does the name
Kanda.
Carol Modrell, Modrall, Modrell? How would you pronounce that?
MALD.
What? No. Modrall.
Module.
Okay,
Module?
Modrell. Okay, Modrell. What does the name Carol Renee Modrell mean to you?
Carol Renee Module means to me. Episode 116. Grandma's Caveman News.
So you're saying it doesn't mean anything to you. I'll admit it didn't mean anything to me. It's not a name I'm familiar with.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Modrell. I like that. You were saying something?
I was trying to pronounce what was typed in the chat.
Yeah. Modrell. Grandma's Kids Unite.
Put some stank on it.
Beautiful. Well,
Says Cave TVHR.
yep. All right. So, maybe if I told you Carol's nickname, you would have a flash, your synapses would go off and recollection would occur to you. What if I told you her nickname was Happy?
Happy?
Yep.
Did she make burgers?
Yes, she did.
Oh, I loved
Happy's
Happy's.
Restaurant. Yeah,
Happy's
of
rolled.
Happy's.
Those burgers are so big. Big as my skull.
Cave TV HR tells me to put the AC on because I'm getting heated. And that is probably true. I think I could. Pepito, can you entertain while I turn on the air conditioner for a second?
Okay.
Okay, I'll be right back.
I used to love going to Happy's. I guess you could say it made me happy. I loved that they had so many knickknacks. So many shelves full of knickknacks. I'd get lost looking at all the knickknacks. Mostly smiley face things. It was like their thing, the smiley face. Smiley faces. It was such a 90s thing, the smiley face.
Oh yeah, that's
Remember
some Forrest
that kind
Gump.
of came back?
Huh?
It kind of blew up in the 90s, the smiley face.
Yeah.
Joe Boxers.
Right. Forrest Gump the movie. That was a big.
yeah.
That was a big plot point.
You just stepped on a pile of shit.
Yup. I recall. Is that your favorite movie?
No.
Why not?
I love the sequel.
I haven't seen that.
It's a book.
Oh,
He goes to space.
damn.
He
That's
farts in
pretty
space,
sick.
I think.
Oh, I'm sure he does. But let's talk about. We're not talking about grandmas at all.
Oh, wait. Cape TV HR said, remember those pom-poms with eyes that had sticker feet so you could put them on stuff?
Not really.
Yes. They're like koosh balls with like limbs.
I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking of, I guess.
I don't remember them really. But let's talk about Carol Happy Modrel.
Happy.
As in addition to her deluxe cooking, her burger flipping, all that beautifulness. You might not know this, but Carol was the leader of a vaudeville act in White City called Granny's Opera House that ran for 18 years. I kind of remember hearing about that, but I never saw it. I mean, did you? I don't know anybody that did.
No, but sounds amazing.
Yeah. It ran for 18 years from let's see. October 1987 to November 2005. And it was a vaudeville act called Granny's Opera House. And I don't know much about vaudeville, but it's like they would have, different acts. Like one of the things was they would do a skit from I Love Lucy where Happy would do the Vita Vita Vegemin.
Vita Vita Vegemite.
Yeah, that was Happy. She would do that. That was one of her
Vita Vita
things. She would do
Vegemin.
that
Vita
skit
Vita Vegemin.
in it. And her mother, whose name was Nathalie. Picture the name Nathan, but then cut off the last N and put L-I-E. Nathalie, which I think that's a powerful, a real heavy hitter of a
Right.
name. Huh?
One of my old boss's wives.
Yeah.
Her name was Cinda.
Ooh.
Like
man.
Conda, but with an I.
Oof.
instead
That
of a O.
is
Cinda.
That is real tough stuff. Nathalie. Yep, that's it.
Nathalie.
Nathalie. I pronounce it Nathalie, but it could be Nathalie. It could be a million ways.
I think it's just pronounced like Natalie, but
it has
that's
that
what
age.
TVHR says.
Dark
It does, but
Farts.
I think it's
Dark
like a
Farts.
silent. It's
Oh yeah, it could be. But Dark Fart says my little sister called me Minda when she was little, and that rules.
oh.
Were you ever called anything when you were little?
Primo.
Primo?
Yeah, I think it means cousin. Cousin.
Yeah, it does. I'm sure kids can say it. They can say the darndest things. Dark Farts. Put some faith in it. But yeah, so they had this vaudeville show with all these crazy acts, and oh yeah, I was mentioning Happy's mother, Nathalie. She was the up until the show ended in 2005, she was the money shaker, which I'm not exactly sure what that is. I imagine it's like a can where you collect tips and everything, and she's shaking it. I mean, what do you think?
It sounds like you're onto something with that.
Yeah.
Dark Farts' grandma called her sis her whole life.
Weird. When I was really... No, I'm not going to say that. I was about to say something, but then I thought, you know what? People are going to repeat this to me forever, and that's a secret that I'm going to keep. I'm not going to give ammunition to my haters and say what my sister used to call me when I was but a child. Anyway, Nathalie, up until the show ended in 2005, she was the money shaker and the card holder. She would have the cards that say boo, cheer, tell the audience to sing. She had a card that said throw popcorn. It was like a very interactive show. And she was 83 years old. And they said that's one of the reasons they stopped doing it, because she was getting too old to do that, to money shake and hold up the cue cards or whatever. Which, I mean, that's impressive that she was still doing it that long. The Granny's Opera was a cast of about 6 people, and it was the same 6 people the entire 18 years that they did the show, and which is really impressive. And yeah, absolutely,
It's like a band.
it truly is. I do have this. Are you a Facts of Life fan?
I've seen a couple episodes.
I can't remember it
Tootie?
at all. Yeah.
Tootie.
Well, one of the actors from, that is a sweet nickname, Dark Farts. One of the actors from Facts of Facts of Life, Lisa Whelchel. That's another name I don't know how to pronounce. Whelchel. Whelchel. Anyway, she played Blair on Facts of Life, and she wrote this letter to Happy after seeing the Granny's up. Oh wait, what's going on? What's this? Oh, Garlic Girl. Gotcha.
Garlic Girl. Cinderoni appeared in the chat.
Yep. Okay, so here's the letter that Blair from Facts of Life wrote to Happy. And it reads, "Thank you for finding a room for us and making our trip to the caves so memorable." Actually, they're called caverns, not caves, but you're a novice to this. "The melodrama was a highlight. You were great." The melodrama is what they called Granny's Opera. "The cave tour was so interesting, and the whole time at the hotel was perfect. Thank you for making it all happen." So, I thought that was pretty cool that Blair from Facts of Life appreciated. And I guess the last thing I have to say about the Granny's Opera is the Nathalie, the 83-year-old Nathalie, would also hand out certificates to people who attended the show. And here's what the certificate says. And I think it says something about you've been made a star or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Can you read it all? I don't know.
This certificate, or this certifies that you were made a star at Granny's Opera House, White City, New Mexico.
Beautiful.
And there's something in the star, but it's a little dark and blurry.
Yeah, I can't make out what that is. What is this button? Oh, right. Okay, so that is Granny's Opera House.
Dark Part says, I need that.
I know, we should print out that certificate since we have a picture of what it looks like. We should print that out and distribute it to the cave community. I think that would be great. But let's talk about
You are a star, Dark Farts.
She is.
Sis.
Yes. Let's go to some other grandmas, not Granny's Opera House, but
Minda.
real. Huh?
Minda.
Oh yeah, Minda. Let's go to some real flesh and blood grandmas. I love that Cobra in his hat. Let's just do a quick check-in on Cobra. Okay, he is doing good. He is directing peacefully. Let's talk about some actual grandmas. In specific, these ladies from the Brag and Boast Grandmothers Club. And this is the... What year is it? Gosh, I can't... Can you see what year that is? I did not write it down.
1986.
Oh, it's 86. Yes. This is the Founders Day luncheon. And these are the grandmothers from the grandmothers, or the Brag and Boast Grandmothers Club. And I have it written down with okay, these are, I don't know why, but they made custom dresses for this luncheon. And the one, okay, I'm going from left to right. You have the Toast Mistress. You can see her dress with all the toasts on it.
Toasty.
And then next to her is the cotton dress, which, I mean, isn't, yeah.
That'd be a
Brother Bink
sick
says he's going
dress.
to tell his kids, huh?
That'd be a cool dress, like just made out of cotton balls.
Well, I think it's cotton. But anyway, Brother
Yes.
Bink said he's going to tell his kids that was the Golden Girls, and I think that was good. But the second one here, it says that she's wearing a cotton dress, which is not that fancy to me. And then next to her is the lace dress, which again I'm not blown away by. But next to her is the print dress, and hers is made out of
She even has a matching
newspapers. You see
bag.
the newspaper print. Yeah, that's very cool. And then the grandma next to her is wearing a tea dress. And I have no idea why they did this, but they were doing a luncheon for the Founders Day celebration, and this is what they wore. And at this celebration, there were 95 grandmas from 10 clubs that included Carlsbad, Hobbs, Lovington, Maybach, Texas, and the oldest was 86 years old, and the youngest was 42. A 42-year-old grandma. That's crazy. I mean, that's not crazy, but to be a grandma at age 42 and to be in social clubs with other grandmas that are like 86 years old and everything, that's a trip. I don't know. They seem like from different worlds. Babies having babies, 100%. One of the grandmas that came down for the luncheon from Hobbs had 35 grandkids. And 31 grandkids and 25 great-grandkids. That is crazy to me. Darkfart says some people just have grandma energy. And then she says her. So, beautiful. I love grandma energy. That must be a great benefit to your life. Dark farts. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think about the Brag and Boast Grandmas Club?
Sounds amazing. I found during the bumper making process, I found the New Mexico granny group that sings songs that are like anti-Trump. They have a song about him being in the Epstein files.
Oh,
and then they have a
nice.
song about impeaching him.
Impeach him.
All these revolutionary grandmas singing songs together in New Mexico.
That's fun. Grandma's doing that grandma thing. That's beautiful. I love to hear it.
Yeah.
There was, believe it or not,
Ripley's.
the Brag and Boast, huh?
Ripley's.
Yes, sir. Believe it or not, Ripley's, the Brag and Boast Grandmothers Club was not the only grandma's club in Carlsbad. They
Uh-oh.
had, I won't say competing, but there was another club of grandmas that were doing their own thing, and they were called the Buena Vista Grandmas Club.
Wow.
So, and one of the things I really liked about reading about the Buena Vista Grandmothers Club was reading about how it was just a write-up about one of their meetings, and there was like 16 of them there or something like that, and one of the things they did was send a letter to the national leader of the grandmas, like, I don't know what it's called, the grandmas clubs throughout the U.S. are all governed by the same grandma, I don't know what you would call them, cabal, but the president of the Grandmas Association had a heart attack, so the Buena Vista Grandmas Club sent her a card saying that they hope that she gets better. And then during that same meeting, they also sent a letter nominating one of the members of their club to be the new National Grandmas President, which I thought is a bit run, saying, hey, hope you feel better. And then another one saying, hey, here's who you should put in if this person dies. I mean, that's what it seemed like to me. But grandmas being grandmas. Have you ever heard of the comic strip Grandma?
No.
Well,
Wow.
prepare yourself. I have a 3-panel
Preparing.
I have a 3-panel Grandma comic that was printed on this day, and I think I forgot to write down what year it is, but maybe it'll be up here. Would you read these panels? We're gonna do the first one here.
Grandma, you
This
mean
hang
you
on, hang on,
dropped
hang on,
your
hang on.
iron?
Hang on. This is 1963. Okay. Continue.
Grandma, you mean you dropped your iron on your foot on purpose?
Okay. A wild accusation.
Yep, that's about it, Andy.
Okay. So we are 2/3 of the way through this comic. There's one panel left. Would you like to make any speculations on what the punchline is? Would you take this time to put yourself into the mind of a grandma in 1963? What's going to be her response?
Grandma, are you doing that as part of your class action lawsuit against that man that was backing out in the bank earlier and you pretended he ran over your foot?
God, that's a good one. I think that might be a little wordy to fit into one panel of a comic, but I really do think that would have been a great punchline. I think we would do well if we would hire out Pepito as a punch-up for newspaper comics, you know? That type of thing. Here's the actual punchline.
Well, I had to do something to get my mind off my terrible headache.
Okay. So, there's the punchline. She dropped an iron on her foot because her head was hurting. So, there you go. I mean, you can't say that's not comedy, you know? You know?
Nope. Yep, nope. She's crazy.
I don't know. I looked at a few other grandma comics, but that one was the one that was printed on this day in 1963, so I was like, okay, we got to go with that. I have, let's see. Okay. Another grandma story I would like to get to comes from, what's the year here? 1938. Picture this, Pepito. I'm sitting here.
Picturing.
Okay. I'm doing research. I'm reading all about grandmas. I'm looking at everything through the papers. I'm like seeing through the matrix. I'm seeing all the connections and piecing it all together. And I come across this newspaper from 1938. And the headline in this little article, I'll say it's an article, it's just like a little blurb. The headline is Grandma is Dead. And that's, you know, that floored me. That's rough to read. It makes me curious, like, whose grandma is this? Why does it just say grandma and not tell us who it is? I had to read further. Isn't that the type of headline that really grabs you?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like don't tell mom the babysitter's dead.
Yeah.
That grabs me.
Little aside. Pepito, I know you know that I'm a big fan of Pluto TV. I like Pluto TV. And a few times now, I've been looking at the movie channels. You know, what's playing right now? And it'll say, don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. And I'm like, oh, yeah, awesome. And then I look, and it's, don't tell mom the babysitter's dead, 2023 edition or whatever. I'm like, no,
Oh, there's a remake?
Yeah. I want to see the old one with Christina Applegate.
Christina Applegate?
Yeah. Golly. Yeah. I mean, maybe the new one's good, but
Gus.
No, I want the
Remember
90s
Gus?
Christina Applegate. That's what I want. And
Remember Gus, that creepy old guy? And then she like sprays his crotch with the water gun, and she's like, "Look what Gus did."
are you talking about the movie, the original? Yeah, I barely remember it, but I kind of remember that as you're saying it. I'm kind of confusing it with another movie, but
that movie it used to make me want to eat a whole bowl of cereal.
Oh yeah.
At
Okay.
once, like, in a big bowl.
Now we have to take a quick pause because I'm not sure if we're ever going to do an episode where we talk about cereal too much, because I don't think cereal is a very Carlsbad-centric topic. So let's take advantage while we're talking about it now. Pepito, what was your cereal of choice as a child?
As a child, I don't know. Fruit Loops.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. I like Fruit Loops. That's in my top 5 for sure. I like Frosted Flakes. I've been a Frosted Flake man my entire life.
That's a good one.
What's the
Apple Jacks? Ooh.
Oh yeah, Apple Jacks, 100%. You're not a Cookie Crisp man?
I didn't get those too much. I
Nah,
don't think
me
I was
either. I just
allowed
remember the
those or
commercials.
something.
I just remember the commercials and liking the robber and the dog or whatever it was.
And they changed them. They weren't the originals.
Yeah, for sure. I hate when they do that. They need to recognize the beauty that they have. But anyway, let's talk about this article. Grandma is Dead from 1938. Turns out, Grandma was the name of a goat that was prized and beloved by the Carlsbad Goat Ropers Club, which I didn't even know they had. But Grandma the goat died in 1938. Sad to say, sad to report. I hate to be the one to break it, but they say what happened was basically Grandma got roped, and the horse that the rope was attached to or whatever was a horse named Lieutenant. It is a great name for a goat, and this horse Lieutenant is described as a snaky roping horse, and I don't know what that means. What do you think that means?
Snaky roping.
If a roping horse is snaky,
Good at winding. or weaving around and in and out.
You think it's a horse that's just going like that?
Yeah. Dark Fart said that's a
I
good
think
name
so,
for a
too.
goat.
It truly is. It's a great name for a goat. 100%. Yeah, so basically, tragically, Grandma was roped, and then the lieutenant, the snaky horse, took off running and ran across a field of, what did it say? I didn't write it down, but it was like a field with a bunch of brambles and all this stuff, and dragged Grandma through it, and she passed away. Very sad. But I want to talk a little bit about Grandma, because I found her tale pretty interesting. Grandma was a favorite among the goat roping club because they say she was the easiest goat to rope. And what were the adjectives? Oh yeah. She was described in this article as full of feminine intuition, which I'm not sure exactly what they mean by that.
She was smart.
But they said that, yeah, for sure. But they say that Grandma the goat was the easiest goat to rope, and she seemed like she wanted to be roped and to let herself be lassoed by novice ropers and everything. That's why she was their favorite. And they say that she would even lean into the lasso to make sure it hit her. And I don't know, I just love Grandma the goat, and this one goes out to you, Grandma the goat. That is the Cave TV staff courtroom sketch artists approximation of what Grandma possibly looked like. And you can see there she has the shower cap on her head and a ball gag in her mouth because she's kind of a sick and twisted freak. She likes to be tied up. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. And yeah, Cinderoni, only a grandma would be that selfless and sweet. 100%. Yeah?
Go. Freak on a leash.
Sick beats, Pepito says Cinderoni. Oh, is that Freak on a Leash? I didn't even reckon. Getting old. I'm out of touch. Hang on, let's do a quick check-in. Look at this fool.
Aww.
He's combing his hair. What a little idiot.
Cobra.
Cobra, 100%. Yeah, see, that's another thing. In an attempt to make the stream run smoother until I can get my computer upgraded, hopefully this week or next week, I don't have my music program running to try to take it easy on the workload of my computer. And so I can't play any samples. I can't play my Cobra sample. I can't play anything. It's pathetic, the existence that I'm living in, Pepito. But I think we've done pretty well honoring grandmothers. Don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Cinderoni said that illustration is out of hand.
Yeah, it
And
kind
Cobra
of
is
is.
always looking so fresh.
He is.
Only a grandma would be that selfless and sweet.
Yep. 100%.
I'm a
That's-
garlic girl. I am a fucking garlic girl.
Okay, a story about my Grammy. Dark Fart says, give us a story about your Grammy, Conda. I don't even know where to begin. I guess off the top of my head, I should have prepared a grandma story, but as has been established and said on this show, my grandma was basically my mother. She was my mother figure, and she was the best, and she was very prominent here in Carlsbad. She was good friends with Miss Payne, Bernita Smith Payne, who we discussed a few episodes ago. They were, as mentioned, Alta Vista Demons cheerleaders together. And my grandma was also... She worked a lot at the Carg Farm with the bargain store, the thrift store there. And as a young kid, I loved it when I would get to go work with Grandma at the Carg Farm. And it was a 3-hour shift. And we would go, and I would always ask the other ladies that we were working with at the thrift store if they minded if I was the one to price the toys. So when big donations of toys would come in, I'd sit there and with a little marker and be like, this one's a 50-cent toy. Nah, this one's $1. Ugh, nobody's gonna want this one. This one's just trash. You know, that type thing. I loved pricing the toys at the Cark Farm with as Cinderoni says, wow, I may have worked with her if she was still working there in like 2002. No, I think by that time she was already pretty sick and kind of out of it. But that was just one of her side hustles. She did that. She was big in the assistants league, and which is awesome. You know, they would do the things where you donate coats and everything. But to me, the best part of the assistants league was that she was one of the main people putting together the Ducky Affair every year. And for those of you who do not know, those unfortunate souls who did not grow up in Carlsbad, the Ducky Affair was a thing where they would have a huge dump truck full of rubber ducks that all had numbers written on them, and they would dump them into the water. And what water was that? Was that a part of the Pecos?
It was like an irrigation canal.
Yeah, it was an irrigation canal. And they would dump them all,
some sort of canal.
And the ducks would float down, and the first duck to reach the finish line, they would pull it out, look at the number, and if you had a ticket with that number, you won that prize. It was like $1,500, I believe. And then last place was the Pokey Paddler. I always remember that. The Pokey Paddler was last place, and they got $500. And God, what a cool thing. And then a few years ago, I looked and they were doing the Ducky Fair at the water park and sending the ducks down a water slide. Oh, that was offensive. That disgusted me. You're supposed to dump them into the irrigation and let them float down and alongside them, but whatever. I'm sure I'm gonna have more grandma stories. I should have picked a good one to illustrate. Those are just off the top of my head. But is there any hanging threads, grandma stories, news, anything that came to your mind, Pepito, before we close the chapter on grandmas for tonight?
God bless you all you grandmas.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, closing the grandma discussion. We're pretty much done with that now. Yeah, I'm going to have to post a grandma story in the Discord, as everybody should. Grandma enthusiasts here. Let's close out the show. And I do have a lyric of the week. Because I want ya and I need ya. Boom and Granny, you can be my teacher. Let me look. Oh, and I could be your pet. Bet. Listen, old lady, I'm gonna make you sweat. That's from Boom and Granny by the Beastie Boys. And my guest that I would like to invite tonight is Shara May Patricio. So, if you're watching out there, Shara May Patricio, I will give you a link to join the show. Papito, you want to do a prayer? We're closing things out.
Okay. All right. Hi, Lord.
Shout out.
You up there? You listening?
Of course.
I'd like to thank you for another beautiful week. Thank you for today when I had my usual favorite parking spot.
Oh.
It meant a lot to me. And I loved that I got to go visit my friend Fulgencio in the hospital the other day. It wasn't his fault that beehive fell on his head.
Ah.
He was just trying to save the children. And thank you for episode 116, Grandmas.
Yeah.
And God bless all the grandmas.
God bless
all the good
all
granny
grandmas. And the boomin' grannies to the non-boomin' grannies.
Yes, we love you, grannies. Amen.
Hang on. Brother Bink says, I love you both and all of you, and Papito's prayer is my favorite part of the show.
Yes.
It's great.
The Binks has spoken.
I think that about does it. We have to, yeah, the music on that was one of the best prayers. I loved that one, Papito. But we do have to close things out because I have to get back to the 5 animals that I'm currently what am I? I'm not the chaperone. I'm
the sitter.
The custodian. Yeah, sitter, but I want a different name. I want something grander. So I think the custodian.
You're like the Christina Applegate of this version of Don't Tell Mom the Dog Sitter's Dead.
Exactly. 100%. R.I.P. all grandmas. 100%. Dark Farts, I'm going to tell Harriet you said hi. I got some great Harriet
Harriet
photos.
the Spy?
Yep, that's what I keep calling her. But Harriet the cat, actually.
R.I.P. Michelle Trachtenberg.
Oh, she died?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I think I remember who she is. Yes, that is a shame. R.I.P. to her and to all grandmas. And Cave TV HR says, don't forget to adjust the studio thermostat before you depart. And I will let you know, Cave TV HR. I went and I looked and it was set to cool and nothing's really coming out. So I switched it off and put it back on cool and nothing seems to be happening. So this is just the studio is a sweatbox and I'm ready to take off my pearl snaps and finish this show. I gotta get back on duty. Papito, I hope that you have a great week and you're here along with all of us. Fucking Cobra just left. We're about to do the big ending, and he's not seated in his seat. Hang on, let me see if I can call him back. Cobra.
Cobra.
Man, the camera's gonna go to him and he's not gonna be sitting in his seat. That is tragic, but we gotta end it. It is so hard to end these shows. I don't know why. I hope you join us next. I hope you join us next week for episode 117, Carlsbad Radio.
Yeah, I can hear you, Clem.
Taste the biscuit. Tastes good.
Every time you turn the page, wash your hands. You turn the page.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Why don't you have your hearing aids in?
But how, but.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Every time you turn.
This man is a coil.